He never thought a single voice could change his entire life. But when a waitress whispered, "Sir, you have to leave now," it stopped $100 million deal and saved more than just a career. What happened next would teach a man worth millions the value of something money could never buy. Stay with me till the end, because the truth behind those 6 words will make you believe in second chances. It was supposed to be a perfect evening. The restaurant was glowing, the kind of place where a single table cost more than most people's rent. At that corner table sat Ethan Carter, a name the business world worshipped. A self-made CEO, ruthless, precise, unstoppable. That night, he wasn't there to celebrate. He was there to close the biggest deal of his career. One worth over $100 million. A deal that would stamp his name among legends. Every contract was ready. Every glass filled. Every word rehearsed. And then a quiet voice broke the perfection. "Sir, you have to leave now." Everyone turned. A young waitress stood near the table, her tray shaking in her hands. Her name tag read Maya. Her eyes were nervous yet burning with urgency. Ethan frowned. "Excuse me." She swallowed hard, voice trembling. "Please, sir, you need to leave right now." The investors exchanged mocking smiles. One of them chuckled under his breath. But Maya didn't step back. Ethan's voice dropped cold. "Do you even know who you're talking to?" "I do," she whispered. "But you need to trust me." There was something about the way she said it, honest, desperate, real. Before Ethan could reply, the restaurant manager rushed in, pale as chalk. "Mr. Carter, please, step outside." Confused, irritated, Ethan followed. And then a deafening crash. Screams. Glass exploding. The massive chandelier above his table had come crashing down right where he'd been sitting, seconds before. Silence fell. People gasped. The investors trembled. Ethan turned slowly. Maya stood frozen, tears glimmering in her eyes. "I saw it," she stammered. "The wire, it was snapping. I just reacted." For once, the unshakable CEO had no words. Later that night, when the chaos cleared and the restaurant emptied, Ethan found her sitting outside alone, knees drawn up, still shaking. He sat beside her quietly. "You saved my life," he said softly. She shook her head. "I just did what anyone would do." He looked at her, really looked at her. She wasn't after anything. She wasn't pretending. Just a girl who cared. Before leaving, he handed her his card. "If you ever need anything, call me." Maya smiled weakly. "Someone like me doesn't need someone like you, sir." Ethan smiled back. "You'd be surprised." The next day, headlines flooded every news channel. $100 deal postponed after restaurant accident. CEO narrowly escapes tragedy. But while the world moved on, Ethan couldn't. He kept replaying that moment, the trembling voice that had saved him. He visited the restaurant again days later. But Maya was gone. She had quit her job. No one knew where she went. He should have let it go. But he couldn't. Something inside him had shifted. He'd spent his life chasing numbers. And somehow, a waitress had reminded him he was still human. Months passed. One rainy evening, while Ethan was leaving the office, he saw her again standing near the entrance, drenched, holding a folder to her chest. Maya. She blinked, stunned. Mr. Carter? I had an interview here, but I think I missed it. He smiled. You didn't. Come with me. Inside the elevator, she looked nervous. You don't have to do this, she whispered. Ethan chuckled softly. You didn't have to save me either. That made her laugh, the first real smile he'd seen in months. In the boardroom, she showed her resume, simple, unimpressive. Waitressing jobs. Night courses. Community college. But when she spoke about her dreams, about wanting to manage, to lead, to matter, something in her voice hit him harder than any board presentation ever had. You're hired, he said. She froze. For what job? Assistant project coordinator, he said with a grin. We'll figure out the details later. But why me? Because, Ethan said, you noticed what no one else did. And you care. Over the next months, the office changed because she changed it. She greeted every guard. Remembered every janitor's name. And slowly, her kindness began to soften the company's cold edges. One afternoon, Maya asked quietly, why are you so different now? Ethan smiled. Because someone once told me to leave and I finally understood what that meant. She tilted her head, curious. He continued. That night, it wasn't just about leaving a restaurant. It was about leaving behind the man I'd become, someone who cared only about numbers. Her eyes glimmered. You're a good man, Ethan. He smiled. I wasn't. But you reminded me how to be one. Months later, the postponed deal finally returned. Same investors. Same room. Same chance. But this time, Ethan opened the meeting differently. He didn't talk about profits. He talked about people, about ethics, safety, trust. When one investor asked, why the change of heart? Ethan simply said, because sometimes, the smallest voices see what the biggest minds miss. Maya watched from the back of the room, tears in her eyes. When the deal finally went through, the room erupted in applause. But Ethan didn't look at the investors. He looked at her. Because deep down, he knew she hadn't just saved his life. She'd saved who he was meant to be. Later that night, as rain drizzled over the glass windows of his office, Maya smiled. You did it, she said softly. The deal's back. He shook his head. We did it? She laughed. You really have changed. Thanks to you. They stood silently, watching the rain. She whispered, "Funny how everything started with one sentence." Ethan turned toward her, eyes warm. "And it's one I'll never forget." "Sir, you have to leave now." He smiled. "Best words I ever heard." Because sometimes, the people who seem small, the ones you overlook, end up being the ones who pull you out of the dark. And sometimes, a simple voice can save more than a life. It can save a soul.